Hello, my beautiful Bravo lovers. What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute since we've hung out. We're talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I have made y'all wait long enough. We are going to break down the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion part 1 today. Let's not waste any time and get right into it. Guys, the couches are back. When I did my toot or boot of the looks, I didn't realize that the couches were back. There's no more 6 feet apart in chairs. We've got couches. And when I was watching the reunion, I'm like, wow, they are really close together. Why are they so close together? Something looks so strange. The set looks so compact. The chairs are gone. So yes, we have got the infamous reunion couches. They are back. Seeing all of the looks together on the couch, it makes me realize now I get it. I understand why having a theme is so important because everything is just so hodgepodgey. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I get that they are in Kathy Hilton's backyard, but like the looks, not so cohesive. I get it. I get it. So let's break down the takeaways from this reunion. So we've watched the season. We don't need to go into every single detail, but we're gonna break down the hot takes of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion part 1. So let's just fucking hang out. Grab a drink, grab a coffee, and let's just shoot the shit as friends because we've got to talk about it, okay? So before we get into the drama, like I said, the set was inspired by Kathy Hilton's backyard. Here's what. She has had such an influence on this season that they created the whole damn reunion set around her. Guys, if she doesn't come back next season, I'm going to be so pissed off. Like, I'm gonna be pissed. Kathy Hilton is like a freaking national treasure. Like, the set revolved around her. Sorry, Kath, you gotta come back. So, anyway, back to the drama. We get right into all of the Erika Girardi questioning right from the jump. Andy asks everything. He's not holding back at all. Like, part 2, when I do that review, it's nice tits, bitch. If you know, you know. So, Andy asks, right from the jump, if Erika slept well. And she responds, should I have not slept any other way? Okay. Andy then asks if she feels badly about not showing remorse for the victims on the show. And she said that she feels nothing but remorse for the victims and that she wants the alleged, she said alleged a lot this reunion. She wants the alleged victims from Tom's alleged wrongdoings to be whole again and to be made right. But here's the thing, all right? She's sitting on this couch saying, oh, you know, I do have remorse. I did show remorse. Girl, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You showed zero remorse. You made it all about you. Look at my life, Dorit. Look at me. Look at me. I don't know. I'm just having a very hard time digesting what she's saying. Like, do I feel bad for her? Yes. But then on the opposite end of the spectrum, like, I don't feel bad for her. And part of me is like, you kind of did know. But part 2 of the reunion, we're going to go deeper into this. Andy then asks if her lawyers advised her to quit the show. And she said yes, that her lawyers at some point did say that she should probably just leave the show. But she continued because she kept saying, I'm not a quitter. I'm going to stay true to my word. I have an obligation. I gotta make a paycheck. There, I said it. She's gotta make those coins. It's expensive to be me. Anyway, I digress. So she says that she's got nothing to hide, but all of the stories that she shared all throughout this season didn't make sense. So it was shady, and it kind of looked like she was trying to hide something. She then goes on to say that her lawyers did say that if she continues with the show, everything that she says or does on the show can and will be twisted and turned against her. And she said, I'm not a quitter. I'm gonna go through with it. And, well, kind of look what's happening. Like, everything that she'd said and did was turned and twisted and flipped against her. But I mean, that's kind of what happens when none of your freaking stories make sense. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. All throughout all of this questioning, she's already so freaking defensive. Like, girl, this is your job. You need to answer questions. Some people deserve answers. The victims deserve answers to these questions. So, calm down, sweetie. Andy then brings up that all of the fans want her fired. Now, I'm gonna say an unpopular opinion. If she were to have left the show midway through the season altogether, would there have ever been a season? I'm just saying. Whether you want to love Erika or hate Erika or think she's like a piece of shit garbage on the bottom of your shoe, if there were no Erika Girardi this season, there would be no season. Where's the lie? And they're using all of these legal issues that are still going on for the next season. Like, the next season is already filming because they want to monopolize on the ever-changing, ever-releasing, ever-dropping, everything's changing news going on with Erika Girardi. Like, we're gonna have another season that is heavily revolving around Erika Girardi. Whether you like it or you don't, it made this season very interesting. I'm just gonna say it. Like, I feel horrible for what the victims have gone through. I watched Housewife and a Hustler. I have done the reading. I have done the article searching. I've read it all. I know. I get it. But it makes for damn good TV. Anyway, back to the case. Fans want her fired. She said no, because she didn't do anything. She says people are only hearing one side of the story and a lot of bullshit. She wants to defend herself, and watch her do it. Watch me defend myself. Give me the chance to do it, is what she said. I mean, all right, girl, bring it. Make us like you again. Moving away from the Erika Girardi stuff, let's talk about Sutton. So we have some flashbacks of Sutton, and I forgot, guys, how much of a roller coaster season Sutton had. She started off this season so paranoid, so emotional, lashing out constantly at everyone, all the issues with her and Crystal and the tell me you're not that girl that sees color, tell me you're not that girl. Remember all of that? And then the nakedness and the awkwardness, and anyway, so she's constantly all over the place all season. And here's what. I think when Sutton started the season, she was on the last leg of her divorce. She was stressed out. She was going through a divorce. She was emotional. Everything was changing in her life, and she didn't handle it well. And then we got into the second half of the season, and she closed that door to her old life and opened the door to her new life. She has a boyfriend. She is building a brand new house. She got a Bentley. She's living life. She was a whole new person. So the first half of the season, I think we saw a very different Sutton than we did the second half of the season. Because I think the first half of the season, she was going through a lot with her old self. And then she cocooned and came out of it a whole new butterfly. That's my theory. So let's talk about the shade Lisa Rinna threw at Sutton for the store comment. So on Watch What Happens Live, Rinna said that owning a store isn't really a business. Girl, yes it is. I am a store manager of a retail store, and it's very much a business. So Rinna, you can take several seats, because the last time I checked, you too also had a store, which is a business. You're running a business. So don't knock a retail store and say it's not a business, because there's so much to go in it to keep it running. So Rinna, bye. Bye. So back to Sutton. She finally has moved out of Kyle's house a year later. Mind you, she was only supposed to be there for a month. So 11 months later, she finally moved out. She lived at Kyle's house for almost a year. Kyle then said that she had to take it off the market because she had to do some repairs to the house. Sutton, girl, what did you do aside from almost burning the place down because you tried to light the fireplace without opening the vent? Like, you have to open the vent to let the smoke out, and she didn't do that and almost burned the whole house down. Deceased. So now we're going to move over and talk about Garcelle, and we talk about all of the feelings she had about not really fitting in with the group, and it's a big point of contention during the first half of the reunion part 1. So Dorit says that Garcelle does things and throws these jabs in order to be, she kept saying, provocative and deliberate in order to stay relevant. Girl, Dorit, that is a low blow. I do not for 1 second think that Garcelle is acting this way in order to stay relevant. Like, I don't think she's deliberately doing this to stay relevant and interesting for the show. Dorit, you had no storyline other than your bridal wear. Like, girl, you're boring. You just talk too much. So we're also talking, let's talk about these so-called jabs that Garcelle throws. I don't feel like they're jabs at all. She's just saying what we're all thinking. And if you don't like that, don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. You know what I'm saying? We then also have to talk about Dorit calling Garcelle a bully during that lunch. I think that was totally uncalled for. Like, why are we calling Garcelle a bully? No one called Erika a bully when Erika literally threatened Sutton. No one called Erika a bully because Dorit says that all of those were just isolated incidences. Incidents. Wow, I sounded like Teresa Giudice. They were isolated incidents, whereas Garcelle's were over a long period of time that just kept building and building and building. I don't know. It just kind of painted Garcelle into this angry black woman stereotype, and I just found it to be cringy and a low blow and rude. Dorit then says Garcelle shares a lot in her confessionals, but doesn't say what she feels to the lady's face, which, no, everyone did that. Point in case, Kyle and Dorit said a lot of things about Erika behind Erika's back in their confessionals, but never once said anything about how they really felt to Erika's face. So why is Garcelle the only one getting the heat for all of this? It's a little unfair, and it looks like Dorit is making this fight to make herself seem a little bit more interesting. It's just the gang mentality. It just feels like Garcelle is being set up. It's Garcelle versus Dorit and Rinna. No one has Garcelle's back, and I just find the whole thing a little unfair. So Garcelle is discussing Dorit calling her inauthentic in an article and attacking her character, and says, "You've called me a bully, which you've apologized for, so we'll put it aside and not talk about it anymore." And then Rinna chimes in and says, "Oh, that's nice," implying the issues Rinna has with Garcelle surrounding everything with Denise from last year and their issues from this year. And Rinna immediately goes off after Garcelle says, "Rinna, stop. We'll get to it. Hold on, girl." Rinna goes off and is all, "I'll do what I want. Don't you dare tell me what I can and can't do." The acting of it all, though. Like, come on, Rinna, chill out. And then Garcelle says, "I can say whatever I want." And Rinna says, "So can all of us. All of us can say whatever we want. We can all do it. Don't tell me what I can and can't do." Oh, God. Okay, Rinna, you really need to break out the bag of pills. Where is that baggie of pills? Take a Xanax. Calm down, as Ramona would say. So, here, okay. Crystal says that Garcelle then threw a jab at her at the dinner with Crystal and Garcelle and Kathy and who else was there? Erika. Erika was there at that dinner saying that she's never heard of Crystal in the confessional. Like, that isn't the jab, that's the truth. Like, I haven't heard of Crystal since her joining the show. Before she joined the show, I didn't know who Crystal Kung Minkoff was. Honestly, I didn't know who Garcelle was. I didn't know who Sutton was. I didn't know who Kyle Richards were. Like, I didn't know who any of these people were until they joined the show. So, where's the lie? And now, let's talk about this moment.
You don't know that.
Let me finish, Garcelle! This is the second time you've cut me off. I am gonna make a point.
Make a point, Dorit.
Like, Dorit is talking too much. And why is she screaming at Garcelle like that?
You don't
Let
know
me
that.
finish, Garcelle!
Calm down. Dorit's just pissed off because she's trying to make a point that just went on and on and on and on about the dinner they had where they were talking about Sutton being awkward and not knowing who Sutton was before the show. And Garcelle then cut Dorit off, which prompted Dorit going insane, which uncalled for, trying to make yourself relevant. She says that she wished Garcelle would have said, hey, I'm friends with Sutton. Why are you talking about her in front of me? Instead of Garcelle going into her confessional and saying it and not to the group being Team Sutton. Like, I get it, but like, whatever. I'd do the same damn thing if I were on the show. So here's the thing. Dorit wasn't even at the dinner. No, she wasn't. It was Crystal, Garcelle, Erika, and Kathy. So why is Dorit even like injecting herself into that situation? Oh, because Dorit likes to hear herself talk. There, I said it. So now we are discussing the friendship between Rinna and Garcelle. So Garcelle feels as if the things Rinna has done to prove herself and the friendships weren't really genuine. Like the birthday gift that she got her and the pasta sauce. Like she's doing all these things, but it's just kind of like for show and it doesn't seem genuine. She still doesn't trust Rinna, which I get it. Rinna feels as if Garcelle doesn't want to break the chain and go just a little bit further and call it even and just move on. Erika then asks a kind of like logical question, which made me go, is she? She asks if Garcelle is punishing Rinna for the way she treated Denise last season. I kind of think she is. And I don't think she is intentionally doing it. I think subconsciously, yes. I think she is punishing Rinna for the way Rinna treated Denise last season because Garcelle and Denise are very good friends. Garcelle, though, she's just upset because she feels like she can't trust Rinna at all. She says Rinna doesn't have her back, won't stick up for her, and won't be in her corner, which is true. So now we have to talk about this moment. Garcelle said that someone told her that Rinna said that Garcelle should have never brought race into this show because that's not what this show is about. And nothing was really resolved during this. Like, Garcelle is extremely pissed because she heard this information, but yet never went to Lisa Rinna about it. But, like, did Lisa say it? Did Lisa not say it? It's all, like, alleged, this race comment, but it made Garcelle very upset. And then when she said it at the reunion, it in turn made Rinna very upset because Rinna said that she would never say that. She has never said that. She doesn't think that at all. So this weird sort of like comment, I think it was uncalled for, but no one really wanted to talk about it further. So I don't know. It was crazy. And if it was said, that's shitty. I don't know what to believe. So we're just gonna kind of move on from that. So while on Watch What Happens Live, Garcelle said that Denise is open to returning back onto the show, but someone has gotta go. And Andy says, are the initials LR? And Garcelle goes, ah! She's never said it out loud, but implied it, and Andy Cohen was being shady by asking the initials. Bottom line, Garcelle doesn't trust Lisa Rinna. So where do we go with the friendship? Now here's what. So this moment was weird and bizarre. So Lisa Rinna shuffled her happy ass onto the other couch. Was it to go make up with Garcelle, or was it just to show off her outfit? So she cozied up right next to Garcelle and begged for forgiveness and move on with the friendship. It just seemed so planned and so staged and so crazy. And you can see Erika go, girl, what is happening over there? Same. What is happening? That moment just was like, sit down. What are you doing? Like, you're trying too hard. Like, you're trying too hard, Rinna. Give it time. I think the friendship needs time. And Rinna is just trying to make a scene. So they both agreed to let it go and move on. So we're gonna end this chapter on a positive note or on an opportunistic note. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. So now we bring out Kathy Hilton. She joined the other ladies. She brought out receipts on notebook paper because she wants to address a few things. I'm curious to see what she wants to address. So we end the reunion with Kyle discussing her new movie, Halloween Kills. So now here's the thing. I want to talk about something about these Housewives projects. Kyle's never going to get fired from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Lisa Rinna is never going to get fired from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Dorit is never going to get fired from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Just like they're never going to let Luann go. They're never going to let Ramona go. All these people that you're like, fuck, go away. Not going to happen. Why? Here's where I'm going to blow your mind. These housewives bring in too much money for Bravo. Point and case, Halloween Kills is exclusively airing and streaming on Peacock Premium, which is an NBC-owned platform, just like Bravo. Kyle is making them money because if you watch one of my other older videos, Secrets of Housewives, in their contract, Bravo gets a cut of any project that they are working on. So Bravo is getting a cut from the profits made by Halloween Kills. Bravo is making a profit on Lisa Rinna Beauty, Lisa Rinna Lip Kits, Lisa Rinna Duster Cardigans, Dorit Bridal Line, Ramona Singer, all of her things. Luann, all of the cabaret shows. Yeah, Bravo's getting a cut of that. They are making Bravo money. Let it sink in, people. Let it sink in. And now we're going to end and talk about Erika and the marriage. Andy brings up Tom not reading her book when it came out and not going to see her in Chicago when she was on Broadway. He said it was fucking weird. And it was weird, but Erika was like, it wasn't weird because she was just defending her husband, and Kyle would do the same thing for Mauricio, and Lisa would do the same thing for Harry Hamlin. Like, she was defending the marriage. Erika says that she isn't going to give him a pass about the Broadway thing because apparently that weekend she was on Broadway. He was in DC the same weekend, but didn't even bother to go and see the show. And then Andy asks, why not leave him sooner if you knew he was cheating on you? And Erika then said, there is so much more there. She said she told him that if he is in love with someone else, divorce me and go be with someone else. And he didn't even respond to her. And then Andy ends the reunion part 1 asking Erika, were you faithful to him? And we'll break the rest down in the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion part 2 review, which is coming soon. Sorry to make you wait. Patience is a virtue, people. I love y'all so much. Part 2 of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion is coming soon. I just gotta record it, all right? So thank you for being patient. Subscribe to my channel. For everyone that is new here, welcome. Hope you love the content. Go binge my old videos. Give this video a big thumbs up and comment below. Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion part 1. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.